Hello all, Dr. Fox back here with you. Happy 4th weekend if you celebrate it. And we've got all kinds of little things. We can finally get glasses Transmog. I'll get into that too in a couple of minutes. We got a few other little bullet points. How's 9-1 treating you? We'll get into that. Okay, we'll get into this, shan't we? Dr. Fox back here with you, the weekend update. How are you all doing? Happy 4th of July. I pretty much finally, I felt like I got my kitchen back. I had this whole back side of my kitchen that leads out to my deck, and it was just piled to the ceiling from moving in with cardboard. And I wasn't just gonna throw it away. But besides, even if I wanted to, it would be so complex because the trash folks won't just take these big cardboard boxes. You have to like break them into piece by piece and put them in a bag after bag. And most of them won't take more than 4 or 5 bags. And I think my first week was like 4 bags. But it's not just that. It's just growing up, I learned about self-sufficiency. And I've just spent my life always trying to like keep my imprint, my footprint, if you will, for the environment down as bit as I can. And some will say, well, yeah, but the emissions from the fire, then you can't do anything, I guess. But anyway, there's always a rebuttal of something, as we've said many times. Anyway, what I was leading up to is I finally got to have a big bonfire, and I was terrified that one of my neighbors was going to give me all this hassle. And I was out there with my spade, and I had my big bucket of water, and I had my fire extinguisher ready to go. And Mora must have jumped down. I'll get into that in a second. And I was out there, and I was constantly pushing it into stay within its little confined area. And I also did it because I knew it was going to rain, so that was going to help. So it would help it down. There was mild winds, and I did all the factors involved that were involved there. And I didn't get it too big of a check with the city and did all that stuff you're supposed to do. Anyway, I got that finally down, and I'm finally able to have like half my kitchen back. I still can't come through the door yet because I finally had a treadmill arrive for me. Normally I was going to do more of an elliptical because I know that's rough on your knees. I just need to be able to walk for a while. I can't just get out and walk. It's a long, complex situation why I can't get out and walk or feel comfortable going out to walk for a whole list of reasons. So I needed to have something where I could feel like I could at least do that. And that's not in its permanent place. It's just kind of put in the corner over there. And now to switch gears, when we get into Mora, you might notice that she was laying in her director's chair. And then when I looked down, she was over here meow. And if you might have heard a very faint meow, she was saying hello to Mama and rubbing my leg. But now I'm excited. I mean, in theory, it was supposed to work. I had this Amazon Basics, like 6-foot USB cable. And I've been wanting to extend it around there so that she can be seen better, because she usually likes to hang out in that director's chair back there. And I thought I'd give you guys a different scenery in the background. As you can see, my fan spinning up there, and you can see a Street Fighter cabinet over there. That's the 12-in-1 Legacy. It's not going to stay there. I just needed to assemble it, and I kind of pushed them aside because I've got to take it upstairs. So I think with that, we're going to kind of shift gears. All right, let's get into this 9-1. Okay. Well, how did you hold up your first week? Did you come back for 9-1? Did you go do Final Fantasy 14? Did you do something else? What was on your agenda, if you will? For me, I didn't know this. I just found out about this. Thank you, MrGM, for finding this on the PTR. I need to fly. I need to cruise back for my Alliance characters. I play mostly Alliance on retail, and then we do Horde on TBC and the classics. I have a whole crew of Horde too. I'm sure many of you've seen that. Sorry, I felt a tail whap at me here a second ago. I was gonna say hi, honey. Of course, she's like sleeping right up until I start doing my weekend update, and then she's like, "Mama, attention, attention." Yes, of course. So what I was leading up to about this is, you want to go to the barber, the vendor. Here we go. Let's see if I can get her on camera. Hey, yeah. Yes, Mora steals the moment. But if you go to the barber shop in either Ogamar or Stoneman, there's a vendor. They're pretty pricey, but of course in retail, we should have tons of gold by this point. It'd be pricey compared to old classic standards gold. It's a few hundred gold. I think my main has, I don't know, hundreds of thousands at this point. But there were many times when I was strapped. I mean, you could go out and do a few quests and you've pretty much got it back, what you need. But it's not too bad. Whoops, there we go. She was trying to jump down and she caught the cable that goes from my headphones to the... I wish I could do wireless, but I've tried those countless times, and sometimes there's interference, and or I constantly having to buy batteries. And that's the same with like when I had my external keyboard and the external mouse. It was just too much money to keep investing in batteries. And yes, I use rechargeable, but after you use them for a while, they just like with anything, even with a phone, the battery recharge just doesn't last as long anymore, and it just becomes a wearing situation. And then again, another footprint for some of those that have that, situation. So yeah, Mora was just sitting on the treadmill. If I had my camera, that could kind of stay on her. I wish I could have a drone. It's gonna make a bit of noise, but I could have like a drone like flying around, like watching her every move. And yeah, cat scratch. Oh, and then we finally got her. If those that follow me on Instagram, we got her a cat, her cat scratcher thing again, the little cat tree. But it wasn't quite as big as I tried to find the same model I had before, because that one was nice and like full, large adult cat. And I tried to find a full, and I checked the measurements, and it wasn't like I didn't do my. I always do my research for everything I get, but it was a bit small. I think like mid-size, and she's not like a massive cat. She's for a female kitty, she's a little smaller than your traditional one, even at full grown. She's 11 years now. But she couldn't quite fit on it. That's almost like a middle to smaller size kitty, or I don't really want to say kitten, because kitten there'd be plenty of room on it. But anyway, all I'm happy about is she's using the cat scratcher. And speaking of that, those are our app for Android. We tried so hard to get it on iOS. There's the MoraTheExplorer cat scratcher on Android for those that have the Android tablet. Sorry, I was giving her kitty kisses and I got cat hair in my mouth again. So excuse me. And I'm excited. We're slowly trying to set up the living room for sort of a like cinema experience, if you will, or sort of a cinema feel experience to it. I didn't get it. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm not trying to do this on camera, but my goodness, what the heck? Oh, sorry about that. I would cut that out, but when we go live, normally I would recut this whole thing after I didn't have that. And then some of the major icons up there from one of my weekend updates, and I got the PlayStation 5. I'm not going to talk too much about that because we've got a lot of bullet points to hit today, but I put up a couple of supplements over the weekend. It actually came in on Thursday. It was expected to be delivered to Best Buy for Friday morning, but I ended up getting a text like midday Thursday or something. I was able to go pick it up like midday on Thursday. And that video actually got recorded Thursday, and I was trying to get that uploaded, but I got so busy, and then it didn't get uploaded till Friday anyway. And then the supplement I meant to load Friday night, and so it went Saturday that way. But that's okay, because then you guys got a little of me from like you get to see a little bit of me. Or at least hear from me. You didn't really see me. Except I think I was in my sandals and the camera came down and caught one of my big toes for like a second. Anyway, so you got to hear a little bit of me on Friday, a little bit on me yesterday, Saturday, and then of course I'm recording this for Sunday as well. So if you get a chance to pick up those Transmog glasses, if you so desire those, there's a vendor right out front of the barber shop. Just a heads up. By the way, quick Valor points. For those that are trying to spend them before they turn into gold, make sure to spend your Valor points as well. You have until July 6th, coming right up here in a couple of days. So we're on Tuesday reset this week. So what I've been doing is going for the Valor. I think I have a ton of Valor on my main, just because I was doing some of the callings and things like that trying to get up my renown at the time. And you can grab anything from like materials. You can buy stacks of ore from a vendor. You can get like ore or like the the cloth, or what was I grabbing? Like some of the hides used, to help with like leather working, things like that as well. And of course the 6-month renewal again. We've got different variations of how people feel about that, but or you can buy it right on the store. Some folks stay away from the store mounts for a list of reasons. And if you already have a ongoing 6-month, like for me, you go in, you log in, and you'll see in the upper right hand corner, like there'll be the little gift icon, and there'll be like a little orange dot upper right hand corner to the little gift. That will tell you if you got it, and then you claim it, and then you come into the game. And I just got mine, so when we go in for calendar, you'll see that that's flickering, waiting for me to get it. So I literally just got that gift here as I was logging. I haven't been in since. All I've been doing is Korthia, the dailies for like the first 3 days, just to get that one renown. They let you do about 2 renown a week. You can't go and do your 20 souls anymore. It's not that simple. Now you got to do your 1,000 anima. That's how I got my other renown. But that went pretty quick this time, thanks to the addition of Korthia. It wasn't quite so easy before when I would go out and look for the elites. And then I was doing my daily Korthia, and then there's like 100% in Korthia if you do that. And I did a couple elites that were around. I got some help. I went into the quest finder under custom, and I looked for a couple, and thankfully they came up with that little purple icon, little eyeball the green one that lets you kind of search for them if you have. I used the Azeroth autopilot program that helps me, or the World Quest Tracker. Excuse me, I think that has that integrated. That's what I should say. Excuse me. So, see how all that stuff starts intertwining with one another, and moments like that as well. So I just wanted to hit on a couple of those points. The upgraded legendaries too, they're getting gem slots for that, so prep for that. I'm not going to go too much into detail on that one as well. And I think that was really just our major points we wanted to hit today. Feel free to share what you've been up to for the 4th. I just did that. I did do little sparklers. I saved a couple for today out on my front lawn, and I made front lawn. The back, I have a little backyard, and I did it up on the deck, and I was cleaning up. I was trimming some of the before it rained there, and I tried to let some of the grass dry, and a lot of the neighbors had the mowing done already, and she's just going everywhere. She's MoraTheExplorer. Yes, we spent some good time this weekend together, and I was catching up on the Bad Batch. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus, and on Wednesdays I've been watching Loki, and I'm starting to watch the Tomorrow War this morning. I was a little bit on Amazon as well with Chris Pratt. So shout out to you, Chris. Boy, I'm already getting like a lot of my PTSD is kicking in just from the intro to that film. I'm like, I don't want to be a reminder of that, but it's fine. I want to do it just to see the movie anyway. It's an Amazon Prime exclusive, so I'm kind of checking that out. I thought for sure, though, they might have done. There's a whole list of things going on with that, but it was from Paramount. So I would have thought, it'll be Paramount Plus, and maybe it did first. That's usually I do some research on that, and I haven't checked yet if that was. If you know, feel free to share it. But share with what you're doing this weekend. So we're not doing anything as too ecstatic. I had also been getting groceries delivered every couple of weeks, so I got like a little thing of some watermelon. I'll have a couple bites of each one. Some little dark chocolates to go. Oh, if you combine the dark chocolate cocoa, 72% or higher, with a little piece of watermelon, it's almost like a dark chocolate covered watermelon, and it's so good. And those that know me know I'm quite the chocolate. So, but I'm not. I've really cut back. It really becomes about half of one of those cocos is all I really do for chocolate now, and it's maybe once or twice a day after my meal. I just like that little taste after I get all that other salty and other taste of the foods out of my mouth. I like the feel of that, and then I always brush anyway shortly after, just because I don't like that feeling. But that's kind of what we've been up to anyway, a little bit around here, and I've been slowly trying to just get acclimated with the house, trying to figure out how all the appliances work, and just putting together furniture piece by furniture piece, and deliveries are still coming in. And I think last night I just got those nice beautiful black curtains up, and I've put some up in my room. There's some rods thankfully up there. I do have some black paint, so I'm ready to work at that arcade room. And it is cool right now. Today would probably be a pretty good day to do it. I don't know if I'll be able to with everything I've got going on. I'm going to be making brunch soon after this. But I think with that, before we wrap this up for the day, I'm going to get into, I love my calendar kitties. Sweet little calendar kitties. So I'm excited. But I knew it too. I was like, I'll have this massive machine, and there'll be out there someone I know that could really use it more. And my luck, I'm not going to get to use the PS5 as much. And that was my concern. But I've been trying so hard for 8+ months to get that darn thing. And that's frivolous. That's another quest, if you will, for another day. But just feel free to let me know what you all are up to and what you're working on. And of course, we've got the good old fireworks spectacular going on as well. It's at every hour in the capitals. You can sit down. I used to do that with my brother every year, or one of the guildies, and we go and we just sit down. We sit our characters down and we just chill out for a few minutes and just kind of chat and look up at the beautiful fireworks that would shoot off. So we have all that. Dark Moon Fair is live today, so if you need that this week for the extra 10%, as well. So and then the Midsummer Fire Festival has pretty much kind of wrapped up. I think if you don't see this broadcast until tomorrow, then it will have wrapped up tomorrow. PvP Brawl, South Shore and Treadmill, that's back until the reset this week as well. So those that need to get that little potion, make sure to snag that as well. Shadowlands Dungeons event as well. That is going on. And then, of course, we've got the Sanctum of Domination. That's going to finally begin this week. And the PvP Ball Classic Ashran, that's beginning again as well. That gives you an opportunity to go out and just kind of keep grinding some of that. There was some PvP, I don't know if it's PvP Valor, but it was another type of Valor currency I think I needed for that at the time, and I was going to do that when those kind of come up. So that's a good time to grab those this week. And what's on your agenda this week? I know the newer Looney Tunes, if any of you have seen season 1 on HBO Max, I know they're going to be premiering on Cartoon Network tomorrow for those that couldn't afford the HBO Max subscription, or maybe those can't even afford to have Cartoon Network either. I totally understand. A lot of people don't even watch Cartoon Network anymore, but they've integrated a lot of those into. I've loved the Distant Lands Adventure Time ones they put up on HBO Max. But season 2 of that new Looney Tunes is premiering on HBO Max, and then season 1 is coming to Cartoon Network tomorrow. And there's a whole list of other little things like that have been coming and going, and I think we're just going to kind of touch on that. I think real quick, though, I will look at my Sapphire Skyblazer with us. Usually we don't do anything after calendar, so let's pull them out just for a moment to take a look, because you know what, that's going to signify that if I can get my 2 renown this week, and if I have to. And by the way, I have done my Chains of Domination, the first 3 chapters. So if I hit 44 renown, at least in theory, we're supposed to be able to fly. Now, there is the next chapter of Chains that will open that day, but we'll have to see if that pops. So just to clarify, so I did get my 2, and that was something else I wanted to just double check on real quick, is I did get my other 2 renowned. So I am ready for those final 2. So my goal, I hope, is if you have to do that 100%er, I'll probably have flying by maybe Thursday this week. I'm trying to be realistic because I get in and do the dailies and it doesn't always give you that full 100%. You can go out and do bosses and things, and I have kind of done that. But I think for now, that's kind of where I'm going to be at. I think by the time I do in my next weekend update with you folks, I think we'll pretty much be there. So I think with that, we're going to kind of fully wrap this up. And this is Dr. Fox back here again. Don't forget, take 2 things you want to do to tidy up. in 9.1. If you're prepping for flying as well, like myself, share what you're up to if you're doing something else. Call me in the morning, and then once again, you know what to do. We will see you later.